Well, hello, everybody. Here we are back again, Larry and Al, Search for Truth. Keeping her going strong, one day at a time. That's all I can say. Shout out to Elijah again for helping us produce this number 19. And we'll get right into it. Lots of things we've been thinking about, talking about off camera when we talk. But I kind of thought maybe we could start off with a little reflection, Al. Recently had your birthday, turned 80. We did talk a little bit in the past about, your experience in life and that kind of thing. But also, I think we've been doing this, getting together, talking since the beginning for about 2 years. Is that true? Do you think it's been about two
About
years since
two
you did
years,
it?
we used to do it on the phone and stuff like that. And then we kept on saying, "Dang man, we need to do a podcast."
Yeah, right.
And we could. How many people did we ask? We asked about 20, 25 people.
Trying to find somebody to kind of help
And,
us out of the water, throw
yeah,
us a life preserver.
then I said, I said, you know what? Let me try Elijah, and because I knew he was computer, excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you see how God works. He puts the right people in your path at the
right.
right time.
Yeah. Some people call it a mystery, but sometimes it's just destiny or
Yeah.
karma or just darn plain good luck. We'll take that
Well,
too.
yeah,
Take them all.
and we've been blessed. I
Yeah.
mean, last year this time we were still talking about how are we going to do a podcast.
Yeah. And like you said, we talked, we started off hanging out on your front patio, have a little something to eat, grab a cigar and just talk, and we made a lot of videos and stuff, and again trying to figure out how to move them from one place to another, how to pass them on to people to watch. But I think that's what birthed the idea of a podcast. Really, I think it was your thoughts on it, and I just said, yeah, well, let's give it a go. But here we are. So we're a couple years into this, so let's do a little reflection. What's been your experience in being part of this for the last couple of years, including, like I say, the videos we made and then
Okay, well,
transitioning into the podcast?
just to interject here, I have a copy of all the videos
Right.
on the little stick
Oh, yeah.
thing.
The little flash drive. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
a copy of all the videos.
Well,
Uh,
you could call that archives. Those are your archives.
Archives, and maybe Elijah could add it to what we got going on with this thing. But anyway, one of the things, and I was talking to my cousin Alton, he lives in San Diego,
Right.
and I was just talking to him about how important that at one point he and I, he's 78 and I'm 80, and we laughed that we didn't think we were going to live past 40
Yeah.
back in the day. But
Mm-hmm.
the other thing that I saw on my birthday was that the people that were important in my life came to the party.
Right.
Okay, I mean they shared my day, and the other ones that couldn't come gave me a call. Okay, shared my day. But think about this, Larry. How blessed are we that at our age that our children still talk to us, and you and I still can have a dialogue.
Right.
You got what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, because I tell you honestly, sometimes I don't understand my children when they're talking. I mean, sometimes it's funny. We're talking about the same thing, but we're using different words.
Kind of like we need a translator here,
Oh,
right?
we need a translator, yeah. And like sometimes I say to myself, and I say to myself, Elijah he got to be very patient to put up with me because I know I'm saying something, but I don't know if I'm saying the right way, the words the right way. But that's what longevity does for you, and what you have to understand. There's nothing in life that stays the same.
No.
Life is always changing.
Right.
And in order to live the life, you have to change with the changes. Okay, you can't stay stuck in the corner and says I'm going to do it this way. No, because doing it that way is no longer relevant.
Is it true to say change or die?
Well, I would say so. Okay, I mean,
Survival.
think about our programs, Larry. What was the most important thing about our programs?
Well,
We
student
always
centered.
changed.
Right, right,
Okay, and we changed to fit the student.
right.
Okay, not to fit us. We changed to fit the student. Okay, and so that's the reason why for those many years we were successful. And like I said, the minute that I couldn't communicate to the student, I was 71 years old, and I
Yeah,
said I got to go
yeah, yeah,
because their meanings and their lifestyle, they're young adults before they're adults. You got what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
no, but my daughter asked me how did I feel being 80 years old, and I just said I feel old. I mean, just every day I realize there's certain things that I cannot do, and that's why I keep my mind strong. And this is why I'm happy that we talk. How many times we talk about a couple times a week?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, and it's refreshing because we get a chance to talk off screen about issues that maybe we haven't covered on screen. You know what I'm
hmm
saying?
hmm hmm
That maybe may not be appropriate to share. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, right. We might have to tame it down a bit
Yeah.
sometimes, because, like I said, our intention was never to try to offend anybody
No.
who watched. It was more to just kind of share our thoughts, and again, search for truth. Maybe not the truth, but just search for truth in general, and that's kind of what it's been our mission. And I think we've stayed pretty much true to that. So you know, true being the truth. So anyway, we usually start off with a quote, and I have a quote, and it's from
Okay.
an infamous person, but actually, it's a quote that you say too. This person says it a little differently, but I like yours just as much. Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain said, "If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything." And I think that you have said a similar thing many times in our talks. And like we say, search for truth. Hopefully, people watch are listening and pondering their
Okay.
own truth on some of our topics, some of the things we discuss, and
When I was a little
understand.
boy, excuse me, Larry, go ahead. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
I'm done. I just wanted to
When I was
kind
a
of.
little boy, my father made it clear to me that at all times tell the truth.
Mm-hmm,
Because when you start going down the lie thing, you can't remember and you get more and more involved and it never ends out good. Once you
mm-hmm,
tell the truth, it's done.
yeah.
Okay, I can't. They can't say anything else. You say, "Did you do that?" Yes, I did it.
Mm-hmm,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it, but I
mm-hmm.
did it. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we try to teach, and work with the students, and maybe, like you say, in our own lives too.
Yeah.
um, you know
Well, it kept us out of trouble.
yeah,
If we did something wrong, if I did something wrong, I asked them, okay, I
hmm
did it wrong.
right,
I didn't mean to do it. So tell me what the right way to do it, so I can do it right.
hmm
Okay, but
hmm
what that does, it cuts it's like cutting the fog out of the air and clears up the air. You know what I'm
hmm
saying?
hmm 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 so we talked a little bit earlier, last few days, about the topic of living in two worlds, um, one foot in each. And we talked about race as one of the issues of people who have a mixed race. So trying to find their way in each of the worlds multiple worlds sometimes they live in. And you had some thoughts on that. So I don't know if you wanted to continue to elaborate on that a little bit.
Well,
Because you kind of, when I mentioned that, you kind of, said, yeah, that there's something to that. So I just wondered what your thoughts on
the
that.
reason why I say that, okay, my oldest child is mixed race. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he's Caucasian and black,
Mm-hmm.
and he was raised in the Caucasian world, which falsely gave him Caucasian privilege, but he still was black.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's difficult. That's a difficult one to work with when you're around the folks and they're able to do these things. But as you grow older, when you're young and little, you're cute. You got what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when you get older, the reality of the world hits you in the face.
Right.
Okay, you're black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even though you're half and half. And then one of my nephews, we meet. He looks at a podcast, and he has strong issues because uh, uh, his mother's white and his father's black, and he, like I told him the other day, I said you need to forget the past, go forward. Okay, the things that you're talking about, they always going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm all the way black, and I every day there's something that reminds me that I better be careful. Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack there. First of
okay,
all, my first thought was, so don't look in the past, look forward. Is that what
okay.
you?
Because if
Am
you
I
okay,
quoting
just
you
like
right
this,
on that?
man. Let me explain to you like this. If I kept going back to the past and saying, well, I couldn't do this, they wouldn't let me do this, they wouldn't let me do that, they wouldn't let me do this, I couldn't do that, we wouldn't be talking.
How's
You
that?
got what I'm
Explain
saying?
that.
Okay, because I would be stuck. Okay, I'd be fighting to get above water. You got what I'm talking about? By
Mm-hmm.
me going past that, understanding what I'm seeing the signs, and I'm navigating the signs, and I'm making sure I go the right way. Okay, it's just like with my children. They know there's racism in the world, but it's not something that they are defending every day. You got what I'm saying?
Okay.
So sometimes you just have to let it go.
How do they
Okay,
how do they avoid it? How do they navigate that
well,
then?
because they're smart enough not to get involved, one, and
Mm-hmm.
they're smart enough to know who it is that is that kind of person. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you remember I used to say to you, Larry, I can protect you, but you couldn't protect me.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Okay, the reason why is because you didn't see it.
Uh huh.
You didn't see it. I saw it.
Right.
Okay, I
Yeah.
saw it,
Right.
but you didn't see it.
Right. I agree
Okay,
with that. I agree with that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And one of the things that I learned in my adult life, I would see it coming, and I would just maneuver. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing that you have to understand, white folks don't see it because they don't have to live it.
They don't have to see it. They can
They
choose
don't. No,
not to.
no, no, no. They don't have to live it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to live it. If you don't have to live it, you're not going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you'll have a lot of white people will tell you that they do experience it. They do feel discriminated against, or they do feel uh, picked on, or whatever, based on, and this is their uh, way they see it, the way they try to explain it, and
Okay, yeah, and maybe in one area, but not in all areas.
not in their whole entire life.
Not in all areas. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
good.
let's walk it down. I go and you buy a car, I'm going to pay more for a car than you do.
Right.
I go look for an apartment. I have to go to 10 before I can find one.
Gotcha.
Okay? I go to a restaurant and they might put me by the kitchen.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Or if the police stop me, they'll stop me just because.
Right.
Okay? I mean, I'm asking you a question, Larry. How old are you, Larry? How old are you?
69.
69, Larry. That's a good number.
That is a good number.
How many times in your life have you been stopped by the police?
Oh, 3 or 4.
Okay. How about 30?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And the word is, how much did you have to drink?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I tell them I don't drink, oh, you're in a hurry. Where you going? Or the classic. This is the classic, Larry. Well, in the neighborhood, there's somebody fitting your description that are raping white women.
Right.
Okay? You see the catch-all?
Yeah. And I remember you told that a couple podcasts ago. You relayed that story when you were followed for all those miles, and then finally the officer comes out and confronts you and uses that line, if you will. And I mean, that falls under that category of systemic racism that exists, but people will argue that it doesn't exist. White people in particular say it doesn't exist in their mind.
See, okay, and I've been watching this thing on YouTube, and it talks about corrupt cops. Okay.
Okay.
What usually happens is they stop you for the traffic violation,
mm-hmm.
and then they want your ID, and if you refuse, then they escalate the situation until they get into a situation where they can arrest you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but when they write it out, they don't tell the truth. You got what I'm saying? It's just like when the kids were in the classroom, okay, and we always used to know the teachers that used to write kids up every day.
Right.
Okay, before they could take a roll, they had written up 5 kids.
Right on, spot on.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Now think about the premise. Who is going to challenge? What administrator is going to challenge that person and saying, maybe we need to work out a different way to deal with the kids? You got what I'm saying? Unless he's a really clever administrator. You got what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Because when people get power, what is it that they want to do? They want to exercise the power, and it makes them feel good.
That's a truth. I wouldn't say that is a basic truth.
Yes.
For maybe not everybody, but for a lot of people, particularly people in power, in position of power, or how they achieve that power, they want to exercise it.
Okay, just think about what's going on in that country right now. Okay, the people that want the orange man, they want power so that they can feel good about themselves by telling people that stand up to them that we're in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Today you can't have your ice cream. Today we're going to eat the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
That is the truth.
Okay.
And I don't know again how people want to deny that. People want to deny the truth.
Well, okay. You understand what scruples are, right?
Yeah.
You understand what personal integrity is, right?
Right.
Okay. Those are the things that you have to have inside of you in order to live life. My aunt taught me that. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I told you the way I deal with children was being fair, honest, and consistent. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that you're going to win all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As the person in charge, you're not going to win every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you read Covey? Stephen
Yes.
Covey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you remember when he talked about the win-win?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, you compromise so that the other person wins and you get a win.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Mm-hmm.
gets their way.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but the thing about it is you want to move on. You don't want to stand still.
Well, people say, yeah, you need to compromise, but there's people that don't want to compromise. They want all of it because they
Because
want to be in that position of superiority, if you will, and they
well,
don't want to feel like they have to give in.
they don't have personal integrity and they don't see the bigger picture. Only thing they see is me, mine. When you're little, when you see the little bitty kids running around, crawling and running around. What's the first thing they say? Mine,
Right.
mine. Okay. So we have to teach them that there's other people in the world besides you.
Well, you talk about, a practical thing working, with my grandchildren, the same thing. I
Yeah.
experienced that. And really, it's a task, a continual task of teaching them to share, to teaching them to say, well, yeah, that is yours, but it's okay. You can give some of it to someone else because there will be a time when they can give some back to you. And it's a teaching thing, but
Yes.
it's not easy. And
No,
it
it's
is,
not.
and
No, it's
maybe
not.
that's what it is. A lot of people, adults, grow up in, I think you used that term the other day, arrested development. And,
Yeah.
maybe that's where people are still stuck in their childhood of mine. And even when they're adults, they can't see past, saying that, they need to share their, their wealth, if you will, not necessarily monetarily or materially, but just their time or their sense of self, and allow other people to have their say too, and respect both sides.
This is what my mother told me when I was 4 years old. I was in preschool. She says, I was a prince in this world, and there was nothing I could not do. And my job in life was to take care of those who were less fortunate than me.
Good advice.
And I've lived that kind of life.
Mm-hmm.
Because Larry, I mean, when I think about my life, I've never gone hungry one day in my life.
Right.
I've never gone without clothes on my back or
Mm-hmm.
shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been in a loving environment growing up. Okay?
Well, some people would say that's because of who you are and how you've lived your life is a pay it forward type of thing, and that's why the blessings that you've bestowed on others have been bestowed upon you.
Yeah, because I've been fortunate to earn a good living, and I've tried my best to support as many of my relatives as I can. The ones
Mm-hmm.
that are doing something, I will support them. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, if I can't help them, what good is it for me to have cultural wealth? Okay? Most white folks, and listen to what I'm saying, Larry, take care of their children financially before they leave the earth. Or the ones that don't, make sure that their kids have a trust fund. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I would say there's some truth to that. Yes.
Okay, and they leave them properties. You see what I'm saying? See, at one time I had a couple of properties set aside for my children, and my children said, "Dad, we don't want your properties. We don't want them. We have property of our own. We don't want. We don't. You do. You do you." And that's what I did. Me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just put the money in the bank, and what I do now, I just give them money.
That's what they want, right?
I just give them money. See, you can give them, put it like this. I figured out tax my tax man. I can give them $15,000 without it being. It's a gift, and they don't have to claim it on their taxes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But the thing about living in this life is that the things that Christ said in his journey on this earth, and the thing that I got from it is that we're here. That's my doggone phone. We're here to help one another out. That's all.
mhm.
That's our goal in life, helping each other out.
Is that become clear to you as you reach this golden age of 80, or is that
Oh
something
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that you've learned along the way?
I had in my car. I got rid of my car, sold it to somebody who needed a car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they were happy to have a car.
Right.
A car. I only got 100. It's a 13-year-old car. Got 130,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing. Think about that. That's a good deal.
That is a good deal. Yeah.
Okay, but I had no more need for the car because I don't drive anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they got brand new tires. All everything was up to date. But 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 as you get to be the age that I'm in, you're trying to help folks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, help them knock out a step in growth that they don't have to go through.
You
But
believe in the old saying, "You can't take it with you."
well, of course, let me knock this thing off. Yeah, you can't take it with you. You know anybody that did?
No. Well.
Okay, because one of the things I've learned is that if you don't designate where the money goes, the folks that are left behind don't have enough compassion to,
Yeah.
to, to, to mediate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's just like in the house in San Diego. There's five brothers and sisters. Okay, instead of the everybody helping each other, everybody wants a piece of everything. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Yeah.
helping, they want what's mine. I want mine, which is natural. Okay, if you're
Is that
immature,
natural? Is that natural?
listen to what I said. That's natural if you're immature.
Ah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
and
maybe
see,
that goes back to that they haven't ever grown up. They haven't ever matured past the childhood
and
developmentally.
my advantage is that I'm an only child. And so I've been able to see both sides of my family. And believe me, my mother's side of the family, there was some, whew, I didn't know any of them. I only knew two of them. But they were type A personalities, and everybody had their own business, and they moved away from everybody, and they didn't get, when they got grown, they didn't see each other. Okay, and so that means that the childhood was a challenging childhood. You got what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on my father's side, what happened was that there was three sets of kids. The first set was I never knew any of my I only knew one of my grandparents physically, but he was not a grandfather because he had his own family. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on my father's side, he had two brothers in the first set. Uh, my my step grandmother, she had three kids she brought to the marriage, and then she and my grandfather had four kids together.
Hmm.
So that makes think about that, makes it really difficult
Yeah.
because there's animosity because you take the last name, your blood, and then the other ones are by marriage. You got what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other ones are half and half. So it's
Mm.
I try to do the best I can to reach out. If you have a if you're in a circle, you're my cousin. Okay, I have
Yeah.
cousins. I have cousins and aunts. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to leave it there, and we will continue this discussion on as we move on to number 20. So it was a good time talking to you, and peace out.
Peace out, Larry.
Those of you that are out there listening, subscribe to our page so that you can get the notifications of when we're going to record again.